Hello, this is Sula speaking, and you're watching a commentary video on League of Legends. This video is featuring Karthus, and it's part 3 of this particular replay. In the last video, I was on the verge of getting killed, but I just managed to escape from Master Yi right before he was about to kill me. Meanwhile, we're not doing great up in the top lane. 4 of their champions pushed top, and that was bad news for us. But they took down our first tower there. But now the rest of our team has gotten involved. I teleport to get into this fight. Earthstrike popped his ultimate, and that's enough to kill Master Yi. Then we kill Morgana. And I see Shen running away, so I use my ultimate to take him down. Nasus is running away, but he stops for some reason to try and fight us, and he goes down too, completing the kill of their team. I think they still have one member of their team alive because the ace message didn't pop up, but whoever it is, we have all 5 of us alive, and 4 out of their 5 are dead. So now we're going to push this lane forward. We're going to push top. That tower, the initial tower, was already close to dead. Now the 5 of us are going to push and keep going. We decide we're all up here. We're far enough into the game that we can tank towers. And so we're just going to decide to tank this tower and try to take it down, even though we don't have minion support. This is a dangerous play, but you can do it late in the game. I'll see Warwick's back up. Atlas took the initial damage. Now Earthstrike's taking damage from the tower. So we've managed to knock out most of it. And are we going to get the tower? But now the rest of the team's up, and we really should be getting out of this fight. Earthstrike tries to get away, but he gets taken down by the enemy team. Now there's a team fight going on back down here. Ape has decided to stick around. I thought we were getting out of there, but Ape has decided to stick around, so we're going to go back in. Shen was killed right there, but he had an item called a Guardian Angel, which allows you to come back to life again if you've been killed, although only once every 5 minutes, so that's why Shen's still up. Meanwhile, the rest of the enemy team is still fighting. And Master Yi, we've got him isolated from the rest of the team. Can we kill him? As it turns out, not quite. And now Malphite's being focused by the rest of their team, and this is just not a good fight. We want to get out of here. So I tell everybody, let's clear out. And we get out of there. But we managed to do a lot of damage to that turret, to that tower, which is close to being killed. Anyway, the point there is you can indeed tank towers, particularly at this point in time in the game. Once you've reached, 25, 30 minutes into the game, and later on you can even do more of it. But it is dangerous. Obviously, we took a lot of damage just from the tower, even before that team fight broke out. So there's a time and place to tank towers, and that was a decent time to do it, I would say. By killing one of their team members, I've actually picked up the red buff, the red lizard buff, which increases damage and it gives you some extra lifesteal on your physical attack. That's more or less worthless on Karthus, but better us having it than the other team having it. I go over to check to see if the golem is back up, because I'd like to get the golem buff, and while I'm doing that, a team fight breaks out mid, so I'm going to try to come in here, but unfortunately the fight's already going on. I throw down my wall, even in a terrible position, unfortunately. It's out of position. But now the enemy team's trying to escape, and it turns out it actually is in pretty decent position. The enemy team's trying to get away. Ape is doing most of the damage with Xin Zhao. I see that their team's trying to escape. I'm still stuck back here fighting creeps, but I'm going to use my ultimate. And that does enough damage to Shen so that the rest of us can finish him off. Not the greatest team fight from me, but oh look, here comes Morgana. What is she doing? And Morgana instantly gets killed. Terrible, terrible fight for Morgana to be in. Why she was there, I have no idea. Anyway, because I was out of mana, and because I saw that there was a big minion wave pushing our bottom tower, our bottom lane, I decide that I'm going to go back to base and then go straight from there over to our tower in order to protect it. So that's why I'm not with the rest of the team here. There was, in fact, a good reason to do so, because I was already out of mana and because I wanted to deal with these creeps. Also useful for me because I was able to get a lot of gold from killing them, so that means I'll be able to farm up more items. Now, Atlas already has the blue buff. He has the blue buff from the other team's side of the field. The map is mirrored, as you might expect. There's a golem on both sides. And so Atlas helps me out here, and I'm just about to kill the golem, but then the golem goes off to pursue Atlas, and as soon as Atlas walked away, the golem started healing. So now you can see I have no mana left, and I'm stuck trying to do my physical attack against the golem, which is taking forever. So that was a mistake on my part. I should have been able to kill him before Atlas walked out of there, and the health started to come back on the golem. You can see at the top how much life the golem has left. You can see how much life anything has by clicking on it in this game. So I do get the golem buff back again, but this was again a failure on my part. This is not how to jungle in this game. You don't want to do this. That was an error on my side. Because the enemy team is not dangerous at the moment, I'm not intimidated by any of the items that they have. I'm going to go straight to Zhonya's, and I do that by starting out by buying the Needlessly Large Rod, was the item I bought there. What Zhonya's does is it increases your ability power. It provides more ability power than any other item in the game, actually. And ability power is what determines how much damage your abilities do, hence the name. So for Karthus, how much damage his spells do is based on how much ability power he has. Right now, I have 152 ability power, which is okay, but not great. And by increasing that, I'll increase the damage that my spells do. So I went for that instead of something along the lines of more survivability, because, like I said, I wasn't too terribly intimidated by anything that the other team had. Anyway, Yi had pushed up our creeps again on the bottom lane, so I teleported over to that lane to try and take care of them as they were pushing towards our tower. And then I'll make a little bit more gold from farming up this creep wave. And of course, I continue to check the bush with Lay Waste because I don't want to walk right into a giant attack from the enemy team. I bought a Sight Ward, so I'm going to throw it down here in the middle of the river, which is a good place to put it. Now here I see Master Yi, and I don't want to fight Yi one-on-one because he's one of the strongest champs for that. I use my Ghost to get out of the way, and I throw down my wall, but unfortunately I run right into the other half of the enemy team, which were coming the other direction. So a little bit unlucky there, just bad luck. But yeah, I get killed, and I really had no prayer up against all 5 of their enemies. Now, Karthus has a passive that allows him to cast spells for 8 seconds after he dies. It's one of the more unusual passives in this game. So what I did there, knowing that I was going to be dead for the next 40-45 seconds, was I used my ultimate after I was dead. And I did that just to do some damage to the enemy team, because by the time I was alive again, my ultimate will already be close to coming back again on cooldown. Right now, Atlas is backdooring the other team. He was pushing into the enemy base, and Warwick had to go back to deal with that. Meanwhile, Shen died, but once again, he came back from his Guardian Angel. But that's no bother because our team will just kill him again and take down Nasus at the same time, with Ape getting all the kills. Ape, playing as Xin Zhao, had a really nice game here. You'll see at the end, but he was the one who took the solo lane initially, so he was able to get a lot of experience and get a lot of creep kills that way. And what that enabled him to do was out-level the rest of us, out-item the rest of us, and then, to his credit, he submitted a really nice game. Was able to kill a lot of the enemy team in all of our team fights. Since he was our he and I were really our 2 big damage dealers, the rest of our team were more tanky. I guess Garen would be another, Atlas's Garen there would be another big damage character. Right here, we have 2 people pushing the bottom lane, and then Atlas and I are pushing the middle lane. This is somewhat dangerous to do because you're splitting up your team, but at the same time, if you can force the enemy to defend more than one lane at once. For instance, some of them are going to have to go defend mid, and then the 2 of us will slip over here down to the bottom lane and join the rest of the team. So, dangerous, like I said, but sometimes useful too. I throw down my wall, but again, the placement is poor. This is not the good place to throw in the wall. Atlas goes in first and gets killed. Then Ape joins in the fight and starts killing people left and right, just murdering them with Xin Zhao. I see that our team isn't doing so well. I see Malphite goes down. I see that Ape goes down, and so I'm thinking, okay, I better get out of here. This is not a fight to stick around in. I'm going to throw down my wall to slow down pursuit, and then I'm going to use my Requiem because I know Yi is just about to die, and unfortunately I do not kill Yi. Once again, he had like 100 life left out of 2,000 or something, so he just barely manages to survive. And you can see Ape types in lucky because he could see how much health Yi had left. So a little bit unlucky there. If I had a little bit more ability power, then I probably could have killed Yi, but didn't quite have enough gold to get that Zhonya's yet, so still building towards it. Nevertheless, Yi survives. Not a great fight for us. That was pretty... we managed to kill 1 or 2 of them, but that wasn't a great fight. We were fighting by their tower. Could have done better. Yi pushed forward the enemy minions, so I'm going to have to kill them and, of course, farm up a little bit more gold in the process. But essentially, I'm just waiting for our team to come back up. I can see that 2 of their team members are in the middle lane, but I know that my teammates are over there and will be able to handle it. And in the meantime, I'll take care of these creeps. But now I'll go back over and join the rest of the team. And fortunately, Atlas has already killed Morgana. Yi runs by, but I guess he doesn't see me, which is good because Yi is one of the strongest one-on-one champs in the game, and especially as late as this. He's level 17. He could easily kill me one-on-one. So Karthus, you got to fight from a distance, like most mages. If you're fighting one-on-one in close combat, you're probably going to lose. Ape takes down another member of their team, takes down their Nasus player. Ape's doing a lot of damage here, and now he has to get out of the fight because he's about to die. I throw down my wall, and that slows down Shen, and then my Defile manages to kill Warwick there. So now we've taken out most of the team. Ape is on the verge of death, but he can stick in the fight because he's going to lifesteal the enemy minions. So now that we've got 4 of us here and most of their enemy team is dead, Yi is still alive, but he's chasing Malphite over on bottom lane. It's not really doing anything. We're going to be able to get their middle tower, and then we're going to get their middle inhibitor, and now we're in good shape going forward on this map. I see a big wave of minions up at the top, and I know we have to retreat, so I'm going to teleport up there and farm up this wave as well. I already have enough gold to buy Zhonya's, but you know, more gold is never bad. So I'm going to use my Defile, start killing these guys, farming up some more gold. We'll heal up and we'll come back to hit the enemy base again, but they surrender. They actually give up on the game. So that's it. Game's over. One of the things I've noticed is I think teams give up way too fast in this game. People don't like to stick around. As soon as they start to lose, oftentimes people just give up. And can't say I approve of that, but you know, you can do whatever. Anyway, here's the results screen. This is a screenshot. Again, you don't get the results screen captured in Fraps, so this is the screen. You can see kills, deaths, and assists. I had the most creep slain in this game. Karthus is a great farming champ. Once you get Defile, you can farm up those minion waves really easily. Ape carried us in the late game. You could see he had 15 kills, did a great job, managed to get a number of good items. He's got a Yomiuri's Ghostblade, he's got a Frozen Mallet, doing a ton of damage. I didn't have that many assists in this game. I only had 10 assists. Ideally, I should have more than that, but in part that's because I was the only one on our team with teleport, and I kept sort of jumping around the map to farm up creep waves, but could have done better there. Anyway, this wasn't a dominant Karthus game. It was a solid game, I think I would say, but not dominant. Our team played well. Malphite wasn't always in the right spot, but he did okay. And we were able to win. So thanks a lot, and check back for more videos later.